So yeah, let me see what we got here. Let me see. Ooh, this is it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. Wind Festival should be a joyous affair, but not all is as it seems in Mondstadt. So wait, is this? Wait, this is an interlude for. So I'm trying to think. Is this like? Is this an event thing or is it only like? Is it an actual Archon quest or is it like a limited time event? I think it's an actual Archon quest. I believe. Return to special. Huh? Let's enter story mode. Continue. Sure. This is weird.
Wow! The city is all decked out! Oh, it's beautiful!
That actually does look
Festival
really good.
season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
Oh yeah, this is
Oh,
Windbloom.
yes.
That's right.
The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But
Uh-oh, is there actually work? Oh, right, we got it.
But...
feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
There's no win,
Look
chat. There's
around,
no win.
huh?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down? Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa!
Friend zone.
Something's off with Beatrice.
I know how that feels.
She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh,
Very weird.
you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's
Win,
okay.
dude.
Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Uh-oh.
Never mind. It's nothing.
It's something.
Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Oh, Chad, that's a shot directly in the heart, man.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
I can't believe it. Maybe they're just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus.
That's got you down, dude.
I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
Yeah, dude. You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
I mean, like, if it's like some kind of like psychiatric issue, obviously, maybe just not any ordinary doctor will do. Maybe you need to go see like a psychiatrist or something. Maybe it's something internally that's going on with your brain that when you're asleep, I actually have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop talking.
I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better.
That's always good.
Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Take care, Miles. Please take care of yourself, dude. As I always say, mental health is always number
Is it
one.
something in
Should
the
be everyone's
air,
number one
maybe?
focus. Oh no, not
It
Donna.
appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts. Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind. Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Uh-oh. Oh, is he not? It's not voice. Well, I'm flattered, Miss Donna. Although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
Oh, did Donna just from her? Yeah, she's like the Diluc crazed love person sort of thing, and now for some reason she's having a crush for the brother. That's kind of funny. I intend to, my dear. But first, a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
Yeah, pretty good one too.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore.
Fell out of love, I feel that.
If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
That is kind of tough.
But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
Oh, that's never good. Don't act on like first instincts. You gotta look into it a bit more before you can make hard claims. I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back butterflies, but I do need to see some business, so I'll take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You're the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Saurus, Paimon, how have you been? Oh, good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
You shall. Thank you, Catherine.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at the headquarters. What a nice shot. Paralogism? I think I said that right. Go to the Knights of Favonius HQ.
Ah,
Eula.
Kaya, you
I think
found
she's
them.
voiced. I thought she wasn't voiced. Interesting. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa,
Heck yeah, it is.
What's going on?
Well, first we have people that were into each other, not into each other anymore, and then someone that was completely love crazed just out of nowhere started being love crazed for someone else. So,
Honorary Knight Paimon, It's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
I'm sorry, but your name's Note? I'm not going to judge. Allow me. You have Note, captain of the second company. Skyrun, captain of the third company. Eula, captain of the fourth company. And me, of course, captain of the ninth company. Ninth company.
Oh, you're all captains?
Hey, wait, Eula's a captain? I didn't realize she was a captain. I thought she was like a sellsword or like a mercenary or something like that.
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Jean!
Honestly, real quick. Hey, sorry. Of course, Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. I know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gather all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial?
Trial?
This is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
Got that right. I can understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So
It does
do you
definitely
need
sound
help?
serious. Hold on, the group of people we saw in the corridor just now, there's someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right. He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
Yeah, keen observation, Source. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. Uh-oh, he's missing. He's MIA. He's gone AWOL. Sounding alarms! In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of... Wait. Against Captain Wait, so it's something against... Uh-oh. Chat, what do you do? What our homeboy do? We will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impractical verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Sorry, what did he do? Jean, is it time? Understood. Source, Paimon, come with me. Chat, what did he do? What did he do? Oh, there's Sucrose. There's D-Luke. This is a new area. Wow. Please say wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Now that everyone's gathered, let us begin. Oh, there's Albedo. Dude, what'd you do, bro? Thought we were cool. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean, Gunhilder, I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if not. We'll oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this case.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barba and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you spill the beans on? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims and citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the Oh, I must have misread something. The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Wow. All right. You're just going right there. Okay.
Murder?
That reminds me of How to Get Away with Murder. And Albedo is silent.
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
That's scary.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice, is that what she was trying to tell Quentin earlier? Huh. So I wonder if everyone was, like, looking at everyone differently because of what they witnessed Albedo allegedly doing. Interesting. So I wonder if if Beatrice still likes Quinn, but in sake of trial stuff, I don't know. I'm not a lore guy. I'm not a lore guy. I'm not a law guy.
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body.
Oh my.
Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
No, good heavens. Hey, what's up, Alicia? Welcome in, bud. Now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report, latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
That does make sense, right?
This isn't looking good.
Ooh. It's like a raspy tone to his voice. Interesting. So he's voiced. So there's a voice actor for him. It's just everyone else is still on strike. Okay. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
So maybe there isn't a body and people are just being manipulated. Dude, that is so cringe. In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw.
Could have been going crazy, Beatrice. Crazy with love. I don't know.
I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, Didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
Hey, welcome in, Zozo. Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good day. So cringe source? I know, I'm sorry.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Yeah, lying doesn't get you anywhere, honestly. It just proves more issues than, positives. Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? We may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive. Yeah, true. There's no reason or why Albedo would just randomly kill someone and bury them, so making an allegation like that is kind of wild.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences.
But you're not Frank, you're Hertha.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge. So the first charge is first-degree murder. What are you going to add on top of that?
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery.
Okay, hold on. 7 days ago. Just say a week. Just say a week ago. That's Hertha. Come on. Yeah. Male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn. That's such a big gap, though. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not that big. I don't know.
I now call the second witness to the stand.
Here's the second
Wait,
witness.
That's...
Diluk Ragvin. What are these names? I'm sorry. I just know them by all their first names. I'm just going to say Diluk. All right. I'm not going to attempt to say their last names. Because you know me, I'm really bad with names. I can't. Diluk. So that's why people stop. Although, I don't know. I'm looking too much into it. Please tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from two separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
A coinky-gink. I only inquire as to what Mr. Diluk was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Very true. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not usual for me to take walks in the area. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. Yeah, true. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. Master Juluk is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet, question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
It's a box! Oh no, chat. Our worst enemy. A box. And this is... well, it looks like the teeth and femur of a...
Huh?
Are we still playing Genshin? What is this? Well, it looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master D-Luke. I do believe I hear presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here.
But is there definitive proof of there being alchemy that was used? Because I'm pretty sure natural decomposition and magical decomposition can be quite different, no?
Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Beto had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Ms. Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Miss Obedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Saying he's a Flash? Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Okay, Hertha, I'm gonna be honest. You're being quite rude. You're throwing in insomnia to the fact, and you're gonna say that, like, oh, you're trying to do your job, but you dozed off. No, I'm sorry. Please, next. Oh, Sucrose, don't admit to it, because you're gonna drop their stance. The offense is gonna have an upper hand because you're admitting you fell asleep. Oh no.
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm already not liking Hertha right now. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. That is very noble, honestly. Even though he's the one... From what I understand with law and trials and stuff, if you're the one that is being tried, right, and you are being a defendant, from what I understand, don't say a word. You're not supposed to say anything. You are the one that is being judged. You are the one that is inevitably going to, be sentenced of something harsh, prison time. Do not open your mouth. That is why you have a lawyer. That is why you have a defendant, because they will do the talking, the defending of your name and will for you. Because from what I understand, that if you try to say it on your end, not very knowledgeable or profession in that scenario, you are going to incriminate yourself more unintentionally and painting a picture that isn't true. That's my understanding of it. Mr. Albedo. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. I think I said that right. Do you understand? Yes, I know. Claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
His VA isn't that bad, I'm gonna be honest.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
All right, let's hear it. A correspondence? Oh no, the envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth.
So, sounds like someone's framing Albedo of doing human experiments? That kinda sounds like what's happening.
The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction, and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
Ooh, he's gonna be a Hydra user.
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
It is kind of sussy.
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it. Uh-oh, is Sucrose turning on her master? Oh no.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
I'm looking at his outfit more and more. Is he gonna be... Well, obviously he has to be of Mondstadt heritage, because they said he's the lead person of the church. So, but like his outfit looks very Fontanian. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Ha. Then we are in agreement. Uh-oh. The evidence is conclusive. On the charge of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. Ooh. Wait, I like how I said guilty. Wait, that was so weird. Wait. I said guilty the second it does like the fast move on Gene's face. That is creepy. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Yeah, he seems kind of confused, and she seems disgusted or, like, upset in a way. Gene stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. Yeah, they look kind of defeated. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover. Oh yeah, there was an event that I unfortunately didn't do the event because I didn't play Genshin at the time, but there was an event where there was a clone of Albedo that looked very much like him, that was like a synthesized version of him. But there's an event where there was like an exact replica of Albedo, and also because Albedo himself is technically not fully human. He was created through alchemy by one of the witches people in Mondstadt. So there's a good chance that there is another clone like Albedo that is doing all these deeds and is making Albedo look like a bad person, when realistically he wasn't even there to begin with. That's what I'm thinking from that.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Yeah, there you go. Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could have something to do with this case. But what? Following in Ryan Daughter's footsteps. Yeah, Ryan Daughter is the person that created Albedo. Just because he's an alchemical creation, that would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse. Hey, Rosaria.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
Paimon, she's been here, dude. I'm sorry. I've been here the whole time. Yeah, thank you. I happen to have a message to pass along for us. Yes, you're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there. He?
Who is he?
You know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Oh, is it gonna be Venti? Is it gonna be Venti? I think it's gonna be Venti. Recollections. Current story seems to be related to your past adventures. Would you like to quickly go over and review those experiences? Sure. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about. Way like before I even this is awesome because I haven't played this event. This event happened before I started Genshin. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange, soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced, the ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite, Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave but having no memory of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain, attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You're able to confront the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Whooperflower posing as him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. Ooh, so wait, this is like a full-on, like, enhanced. Dude, I'm actually getting goosebumps on me. Holy cow. So, okay. So, yeah, from what I remember of when I watched people do this event, or this limited time thing, the incident was that, like, there was something going on in Dragonspine, and Albedo was sent there to, you know, investigate sort of thing and do research. And there is a giant Whooperflower that was apparently a synthetic part of him, or that was like him, that was posing as him and was attacking people and trying to be him and do bad things. So is this kind of like a same thing sort of thing? This is crazy. Venti, what's up, dude? Ah, Saurus, Paimon, I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me? Of course we were. Also, of course, Venti isn't voiced.
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Ah. Gotta keep her anytime. Thanks, man.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Don't worry, Paimon. I am, for once, I agree with you. I'm really bad with names as well.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church
Deacon
of
to
Favonius,
Church, that's...
and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not going to forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat.
Yeah, we do have a lot of thoughts, especially with, not so accurately a recollection of what I experienced, but just kind of like a catch-up of what we were unable to experience.
After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
So Dahlia knows about Venti's true identity. Interesting.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. She knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia. Okay, so from what I'm understanding about that is basically, obviously, Dahlia is a deacon of the church sort of thing. So Dahlia is like head honcho, and obviously, Venti being like, you know, the god of their nation, is able to like kind of like in a way directly communicate and be open to the deacon of the church because he's the one that oversees everything involving the church. I can kind of see that.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
I mean, and if you think about it, Venti is a god, like, and from my own belief, God knows literally everything that you've done currently and about to do. So, well, I know from the moment Reindaughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt, when those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. Yeah, that's accurate. I'm not going to attempt that. The K and perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motives. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
But in the past, we've realized that there was more than one Albedo. There was someone that was posing as him, that was doing the bad things, and Albedo came in and stopped it.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
Yeah, a lot of people seem more down than up and cheery and spritey. You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no... Oh, Lord. Hearing that without hearing his voice is annoying. When no love remains for the song to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be. We're it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all one said could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Yeah, man. Don't be beating around the bush now. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold.
A bomb!
Oh no, not Clee. Don't get her involved, dude. She's just gonna blow everyone up. Don't worry, I moved a fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. Mellowing. I know you must be shocked, but Evans is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
Desertion events is hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? Private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Gene!
What's up, bro? Source from perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. 19 said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me. But I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? Are you sure? We're just adventurers after all. I'm a scientist, not a psychopath. Some guy in 2025. As well as honorary members of the Knights of Avonius and Albedo's friends, Kai and I already have an official involvement in this case. We need a pair of fresh eyes. I know it's against the spirit of the season to I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood. I'll look into the case on my own. I know you get to the bottom of this, Saurus. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you. Ooh, we get to go in his office. I don't think I've actually ever gone to the second floor of the knight's place before.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
He's over here on Jean's orders. She asked him to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Yeah, a bunch of alchemical stuff. I have some work on my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Alright, investigation time. Let's see, everything I can look at without activating. Okay, so it's only this.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Ooh, the music changed to like eerie stuff. Let's take the book. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Let's get underneath the book. After moving the book, desk looks almost empty. Aaron stepped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Ooh.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. Lock mechanism is compass and seem to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Ooh, here we go. Festering is also a manifestation of rots. Elden Ring? Scarlet Witch? When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the blank project, I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine could be involved somehow. If this has something to do with the creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. And the notes is a map with a few markings on it. Two of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. Hand-drawn map. Okay, yeah, that's like the first one way outside, and there's the second one. And then the third one, that's... I'm trying to remember where that is in Dragon. I think that's Albedo's camp, if I remember correctly. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigations are correct, there could be a body hidden in that last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location?
I don't know, probably.
Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Dodo-co.
Oh, Vent is calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff, alright.
Oh, that's kind of stuck up out of
Stuff that
nowhere.
only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case. Huh. I love the little face. That's cute. Share what you learned with Venti. Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Reindotter's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. As you both know, Reindotter's approach to alchemy approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was faked, and the notes also sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I don't know, but I want to. Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith.
Indeed.
And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right?
There's always a motive to everything in life. Always.
Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does it mean even that Dean no longer believes it? Ooh. Yikes. Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles. What's
Miles,
he doing
buddy,
here?
what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That is probably something you're not supposed to say to a guard that was just eavesdropping on a conversation that you're having that you were wanting to believe the person that's being tried. I don't.
That map we found in a hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations. We should be getting close. Oh,
There it
look
is.
over there. Something seems off.
Carefully examine the ground. Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. Remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked on his notes? During the night's Favonius doubts swirling in your mind. Chad, I'm starting to not trust him, honestly. Slowly but surely. I mean, everything just seems too weird. You know what I mean? Where my recording still going? You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
Tell Gene about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just
What's wrong?
she's not buying anything, or she completely lost faith in Albedo. If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor. Yeah. Immediately went to day.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious. Hmm.
Second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
It's always the best thing to stay positive, no matter what. Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Miles. Miles is being really sneaky and sus. I have a weird feeling he's in on something. He was peeping around the corner when we were in Albedo's office, and he was just peeping in on the conversation between me and Jean. He's either doing his own investigation completely separate from everyone else, or he's trying to get some form of grasp or understanding of what exactly is going on. Well, those are the two that I'm getting at. He's just looking really, really weird and suspicious while doing so.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Indeed it is. Talk to Jean. Jean, hello. Ah, you two. Let me know if you're ready and we'll head out. Ready. Follow me. I'm ready. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Ms. Hertha represents the prosecution. Mr. Kai speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. The only downside is not going to hear anyone saying about the Ortrice Mechanista and Elise Cardinal. Miss Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains.
As was assumed. Yep.
In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time.
Oh no.
Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T.
Oh no, it's one of the deceased is a Mondstadt citizen. Oh no, it's gonna go public. No matter what, it's gonna go public.
The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselman, male, 46 years old, marital status single, occupation hunter. Consistent with the conclusion in the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage to the femur bone Mr. Diluc found is considered with such an injury. Oh no. Oh, and that's the girl that liked Diluc and she's looking at him weird now. But Diluc is acting against, is like testifying against Albedo. So why would she not like Diluc? Dude, this is all confusing me. I can't. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical. Or magical, so maybe it isn't involving alchemy. Both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed?
Now, hold on. I just thought of something. So, in the note that we found in his room and in the secret compartment in his desk, there was something involving, like, rot or, like, some kind of plague thing. So, now, this is just me being hypothetical, right? This is me thinking outside the box. What if the remains of these individuals that were spotted being buried by Albedo, right? What if they are actually parts of the person, but they were being decomposed by a magical entity, not by alchemy, but they were being decomposed the second they were, like, compromised to something of the rot. That kind of makes sense, because rot is another way, like, is like a different form of, like, decomposition. So from what I'm gathering and what I understand is that there's a good chance that the reason why they're decompositioning really fast is because of this rot infection or whatever that Albedo's mentioned. Maybe these guys were maybe these individuals were infected with this disease or of some form of, like, magical disease. Albedo tried saving them. They ended up perishing, and to hide any kind of evidence or anything that could potentially get it out, he went to go bury without letting anyone know. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe all this is just a giant misunderstanding, and he's just not wanting to come clean about the findings because it could potentially start an uproar and a scare. That's my thought. That's my theory of what's actually going on.
In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act.
But you're not looking into... I feel like they're only looking at half of what is actually going on. Because, like, we saw, like, with the whole thing with the rot, maybe it isn't alchemy that he's going on about it. Maybe it's something that he wasn't able to save or stop, and he's trying to prevent that spread from happening. I don't know yet. It's just a theory.
In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Here comes Donna now. Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
So, you're with... But then why did you stop... Okay, it kind of makes sense. She didn't have the lovey-dovey butterflies in her stomach when she saw Diluc walk into town, because it reminds her of that awful scene that she saw about... That kind of makes sense. So she might still have feelings for Diluc. I don't know. And everyone's in
I was camping with a friend, and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master Diluc. I I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction, and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place.
Now, that's jumping to conclusion, and I feel like it isn't true.
If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation.
So she lost feelings for a guy. Wait, how does that even make sense? You lost feelings for someone because of those feelings that you had for said person made you witness something you were extremely uncomfortable to see. Even though it didn't involve the person you had a crush on. That doesn't make sense. Dude, what is going on with this story?
Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
It's fine. Hey, see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. Butterflies are back. Court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
Evidence we found on Beto's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. And she shows the 3 different maps. This map was found with the defendant's notes, markings. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? And he's silent. And he's not silent. Were you the one who marked these locations? You do yeah, dude. You are a defendant. You should not open your mouth. Let your lawyer or whoever is representing you do all the talking. Never, ever, 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 ever open your mouth. Bruh. You do realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence is against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
Talk about, like, the thing with the rod. I mean, maybe it's another way of, like, decomposition. What I always have. I never killed... Dude, just saying that you didn't kill anyone, dude, that isn't gonna hold jack, bro. It's not gonna help you in anything. It's not going to defend you. It's just gonna make you look like a moron.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Are you Patience. Patience of what? Your death sentence? Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Wait. Is he hinting about... Is he hinting about when I went to Dragonspine and found that third thing? So did he knew? Did he know? Huh? I'm just being serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? What does that even mean, untoward? Chat, I'm stupid. Give me a second. Untoward, unexpected, and inappropriate or inconvenient. Chat, Genshin, Mihoyo, why are you using confusing words? I give up. He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map was found... On a map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Source, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the third location marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? I found an empty hole. You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found in Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
Anything about this? What clues am I missing? Alright, let's just go in order. The first marked location. Interpret. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Beto use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. Is it gonna... Yeah, it's gonna repeat. Alright. Second location. And it presents as a new hypothesis. Second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery, where Diluc saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. Diluc described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There is no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Diluc found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there at that night. But you should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. And that's not gonna make sense. Third marked location. And it glows. Okay, so this is gonna be something more important. Third marked location is in Dragonstone. We only knew about it because we found a map in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside. But there was no body or any remains whatsoever. You may interpret this. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonging to Mondstadt citizen, and the witness accounts suggest that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones, and does that mean he's the killer? Alright, let me associate with second? Here we go. Difference between the marked locations. Albedo marked these three locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and difference between them. Based on what we know, all three locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seemed big enough. But unlike the first two locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the third location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? Well, why wasn't that the case in the other locations? The records didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the third location has been there for longer than the other two. But if the hole at the third location wasn't made around the same time, Does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? So chat, there is a good possibility. Wait. Oh, wait, chat. I just had a wake-up call. Hold on. What if, so we had a, like, before we started all this, we had a recollection of, like, a past event involving, a wannabe version of Albedo that ended up being a Whopper Flower, a giant Whopper Flower of the cryo element that was residing in, Dragonspine. What if that body that was found in Dragonspine, the third location, what if that was the location? What if that was actually the first hole that was dug up or whatever, that was dug up by a wild animal, and for whatever reason, or by some thing, brought the synthetic human version, the evil version of Albedo from back then, brought it back to life, and it went out and did those other two those deeds, the one that was near Deluxe Winery and near Monster. What if that actually kind of makes sense? No? That actually makes sense to me, because he said that it's been there potentially longer than the first two holes that were found by Deluxe and Beatrice. So there's a good possibility that the same, like, Whopper Flower, like, wannabe of a... Dude, that is crazy. Alright, I'm doing Albedo's identity first. Most people know Albedo has an alchemist and a captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he's a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Gold Rhine-Daughter. Oh yeah, that's right. Rhine-Daughter is one of the first 5 original sinners of the world by, like, the whole thing. Dude, this story gets me pumped, but also makes me super freaking confused at the same time. Oh my lord. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will towards humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. Alright, let me do this one then. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home of various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Nah, that's not going to make any sense. Associate with Dragonspine. It's going to encounters on Dragonspine. I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered something... Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And we weren't the only ones. Wait a second. Someone who looks exactly like him. Yes, that's what I'm saying. There is another synthetic person that looks exactly like Albedo that was in the past that is doing all these bad things. That is what's going on. It is a repeat of what happened in the past at Dragonspine that attacked Eula and the others, and it ended up being a giant Whooper Flower. That it's the same thing, it's just in a whole different scenario. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. Just say what happened in the past and that it is happening again. That there is something else going on, that there is another Albedo that is an evil version of him. I'm pretty sure it's the same one from the past that got reborn. That's what's happening. I rest my case. I'd like to just court, if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the result raises a few questions. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the third location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something that had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the third scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the marking around the third location weren't fresh, which suggests that the Dragon Spine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there is still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever.
Questions
Yes.
there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location, and the map was found in his notes.
It is the evil synthetic version of Albedo that was in the past. It is 100% that.
That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Source's point. If all I cared about was providing my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those three locations.
What?
So he actually... He could have hid the evil version of him at the third location. That could be a possibility. There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragon Spine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
He's okay, but wait, Hertha. This is the first time he is actually admitting to something he did do. He admitted that he killed someone at that Dragon Spine location. His evil version. Yes, you're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Say what you're going to say. You're going to do it. I thought of this way before. Some time ago, encountered an uninvited guest on Dragon Spine. Someone who wanted to take it. Chat, I am so smart. I am the goated person. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragon Spine. Someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead and buried the body on the mountain, the third location marked on the map. And
Actually,
Eula remembers.
Traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day.
That is, chat, that is exactly what I mentioned in the past. That is exactly that scenario of an evil Albedo that tried killing the original one and his friends, but they said, nah, not today, and clapped him before they clapped him.
The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts.
Huh?
Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
Where is that logic? What? Where is... He confessed that someone tried to kill him, so he acted out in self-defense and killed that person. Why would he then go and kill two random citizens? That doesn't make sense. This is gonna be heated. No, you're wrong. Yes, you are indefinitely wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You
Self-defense.
clearly lost your mind.
Lady, he didn't admit to murder. Well, he technically did. But he said that he acted out in defense. It was literally his life or their life. It was self-defense to the fullest. If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha. Yes, let him finish. Please. Because no one else is going to do it for him. If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair, blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. It was my evil version of myself. So someone who happens to look exactly like you. Yes, because they are both synthetic humans created by alchemy. So I was right. It does come back to what happened back then. Yes! And I am smart for it. Chat. I don't know what I was going to say, but love me because I am a smart human being. I may be stupid at times, but I have my breakthroughs.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
I honestly don't blame you. My head hurts.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
In self-defense. They were actively trying to kill him and his friends. Chat, I'm gonna lose it. Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. A synthetic version of Albedo that was evil. Exactly what I said. I see that it appears I need to withdraw my testimony. Ooh. Diluc's actually going back on his testimony against Albedo. Snap, crackle, pop.
What?
she's like, huh? They're doing what now?
Everyone, I brought her.
Huh? Who?
Wait, you...
Chat, no shot. This is... Don't tell me this is the synthetic human. Don't you tell me. It's gonna show another Hertha. Oh my... No. Don't tell me. It's gonna show another Hertha.
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
Nah, I'm gonna lose it. Chat, it is the evil synthetic human that they came back, this is them. They are... What's going on? Evil!
Who are you? Why do you wear my face?
Hello to you, too.
Wait, no, that's a synthetic human. That sounds robotic. As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistic council of the Knights of...
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
Nah, you're going down for this. You're getting in the slammer.
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Lady, this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine. Order in the court! I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies, the dragon, Durin. Several hundred years ago, the dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle and, with help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. So wait, Durin is slowly coming back to life. Brother, that is wild. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach. An unsuccessful iteration of the Homie project.
Homunculus?
Homunculus, thank you. There is a god. There is a god and he's on favor with me. Homunculus.
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine.
Nah, you're done.
So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle.
Okay. So, calmer looking Hertha. Okay. If she is definitely the real one, okay, she's actually chill. So the person we've been hating on the whole time, we should have been hating on the whole time, because it's the synth person, it's the evil one.
You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome.
Oh, it feels so good to be right, chat.
Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know. Get owned.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
Please don't be inappropriate. Oh, that's also another thing too. Oh, that's another thing. So back then there was a specific detail that easily determined which is which. There is like the little star thing on Albedo's like neck where his Adam's apple would be. On the fake version, the evil synthetic version, that wasn't there. So in this case, there is a specific scar the real Hertha has from battle that the synthetic version doesn't have. Oh, that's real sneaky.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
Wait, is he a synthetic person too? No shot.
No, my head. It hurts.
Wait, no, is he infected? Is Miles infected?
The scar is right here.
Ooh, and she doesn't have it. Why, the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Knights of Omi has failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
Is she a whopper flower? No need to panic, you can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or should I say, all spawn of Durin's life force has that ability. Brother. A powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will. Yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act because you're worried using that power could affect your accomplices. Wait, so is Miles actually wait? So are these things creatures, we're gonna put it in terminology, are these things actually part of like Durin's like life force that are being seeped out of Dragonspine? Because clearly this chick here is 100% not the real deal. Where Miles, there's a good chance he's either A, a synthetic person, or B, is being like brainwashed or corrupted by Durin himself or itself. Accomplices, then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Oh, is she gonna break? Oh, is she gonna break? Oh no, Miles. Okay, so Miles is a synth.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
Dude, there's so many people. Dude, dude, this is nuts. She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Dude, okay. So that's why that makes so much sense. That's why Miles was being kind of weary about us. That's why the girl that crushed on D-Luke randomly started crushing on his brother. And that's why what's her name didn't want to talk to Quinn anymore, because they're all either A, being controlled by the synth in some form of affection, or by the rot. That makes so much sense. They're infected by this like rot plague thing, or they're all just synthetic humans developed by Durin. Dude, this is actually kind of nuts. Time to get moving, everyone. Dude, this is actually banging. It's time. All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master D-Luke picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Wow, it's quite an info. So wait, D-Luke was... So that makes sense then. Why... What's her name stopped liking D-Luke out of nowhere and started liking Kaya is because the synthetic person knew that D-Luke was eventually going to testify against or like was actually working with Albedo, so that's why that makes sense. Indeed, follow me.
What? How are there monsters in the city?
Dude, that's actually wow. The city's actually getting overrun. There are monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not. We've been preparing for this. We have been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. And so we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course.
Heck yes. Let's kick some monster booty, guys. At the top of the city hall. Shin and Mona. See what they want to say.
Master Gene, headquarters should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
Good. Our intel suggests that the monsters from Dragonspine could be disguised as Mondstadt citizens, so be sure to exercise caution. Oh, and my divination revealed there are also regular people under the influence of some strange power. Not all of them are monsters. So the theory of the rot thing infecting people is also true. Dude, I am just so smart. Yes, for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure to figure out what you're dealing with.
Understood.
Yeah, don't want to accidentally kill, an innocent. That would be bad. Go to City Center. Go to Angel's Share. I see damage numbers. Wah, ba, 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 ba. Incoming!
Some of the people around here are acting strange. Be careful.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have managed that on our own.
I hope everyone's all right. We really appreciate the help.
Things are about to get dicey. Letting great dreams echo! Going in!
Oh no, it's official. No, please don't tell me she's voiced. Please don't tell me she's voiced. I don't want her to be voiced.
There's another wardrobe over here.
Valbius, I'm.
Ah, that's the traveler's voice.
You're still voiced. Alright, at most opportune time. The show, sort at the ready. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool, whatever.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Moments of birth. This.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever night from day.
Also doesn't help that I don't have any of them built. 305 monsters have been cast into the void.
Mein Fräulein means to say that you should refrain from going out for the time being. We will continue to protect this area.
Amen, brother.
All right.
Thank you for so.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Forgot these guys are voiced.
But, I've never seen a bird that can, talk.
Ah, no need to worry. I'm mindful.
You can trust on my promise.
No, of course. I didn't mean it that way at all. I just...
No matter. If I was, okay, it's official. I don't like her. Please go away. Thank you. Bye. Mr. Crows, what's going on? Mr. Source. Everything good here? Oh, good. A few monsters made it into the sea, but Master Dulik and Mr. Kai helped me take care of them. Not long ago. Oh, we're gonna see some brother action?
Freeze!
Stand clear. Absorption test. Stand clear. Swirl, Mark 2.
Oh, so sorry.
Where are all these monsters coming from? My sword hand is cramping.
Wait! I think that's Captain Kaya's voice. Maybe he's coming to help. Just hang in there.
Fantastic job defending this place, you two. We'll take it from here.
Oh, Captain Kaya, Swan is...
Hey, I'm fine. It's your leg we should be worried about.
Swan, Lawrence, you should both get treated at the church. Don't push yourselves. We'll take care of things here.
But, Master Diluc, didn't you leave the Knights of Favonius?
On chat for this. I'm turning this on because I feel like there's going to be a cutscene coming up and I want to record it. What? Are knights the only ones capable of defending this gate? It's fine, Master Diluc. It's just altruistically, as always. If a civilian is willing to help out, who are we to turn them away?
Understood. We're grateful for the support.
Yeah, thanks a million. We'll be back soon.
Has some spare time right now, so I was planning on to make some potions to help the people fighting. A sound plan. Remember to be careful. I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle, retreat to somewhere safe. Don't worry about the front line. Understood. Okay, so no cutscene yet. No cutscene yet. Ah, cutie, it's you. Here to the...
It's you.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Coming to be.
Come a little closer. You've been a naughty boy. Try not to enjoy this too much.
Witness my great undertaking.
There we go. It's been a while since I auditioned by lighting during Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people? No. Once in a while, maybe. It sure felt good to let loose, though. Lisa, please. I am doing a family-friendly stream. Put your lewdness away for once. My old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's ways, after all, and mine was a gentle old man for this Bantam Med school. So you see, this time I only use gentle methods of electrocution, so gentle even Jean would have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Oh, well, it's good to move about every once in a while. It's true. Keep the body, keep the blood flowing. Blood flow.
Bring it. Full throttle.
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please. Someone help me. Ah, perfect. I could drop the axe. Sorry, though, you were regulars. Sorry, I thought you were regular citizens. About time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble. Just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when we're not here, you know. Monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. Power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
Well, what the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. Monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
I gotta take a drink for a second. I'm doing a lot of talking. Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second, some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated that doppelganger Moonprofile or Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? Told me a story of a gardener, remember? I'm glad. You remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed the Moonprofile into Subject 3. Interesting. So there's another imposter on Dragonspine that day? Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine, so you see at one point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. That is wild. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence, but those affected don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. Saw for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Avonia's headquarters. Durin's power remains dormant within them until finally it surged to the surface and seized control. So, wait. So, is, like, Don and all of them, are they, like, actually gone? Were they unalived? Are they no longer a thing anymore? Or are they okay and they were just, like, captured or whatever? I honestly hope they're okay. They were kind of funny. That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
Yeah, no, we can't. That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. If you use the power of animal to restrain them for now, that should give the Knights a chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? Yes, so if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay? Alright, this should do it.
When wind current. Paimon's never seen this many.
There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear, all units. What's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
That's pretty cool, not gonna lie. It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With his blessing, we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to... Oh, Paimon, you beautiful idiot, you.
Huh? That voice? Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Paimon, you idiot. I know, just a wandering bar, calling for help. Thank goodness, Traveler, Paimon, and I'll be able to help me. Got me out of a tough spot. Alright, now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Thanks, Fred. May the animal Archon protect you. Oh no. I got things covered here. Oh, he's gonna go ham on him. Alright, I'm going over this for now. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Whoa. And out goes the lights. That was good, son. I suppose things are in order, Mr. Luke. I appreciate the help. No need, I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh, brotherly love. Oh, well, let me get it. Let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Because of the fake Hertha? No, because of you. Me? What'd I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master Dulik. When did you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. Yeah, on second thought, best not to think about it.
Retribution! This moment will be frozen in time.
Yes, time for retribution.
Oh, so sorry. This does this.
Oh, he dodged my bird attack.
Cool it.
Cringe.
Frostbite. This.
They're over there! Dilu, Kaya!
Bad time to make it out here. I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this just goes to spots at the city gate. Maintaining control over the main roads means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. If I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. Teal'c used to be the captain and he... That's adorable. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by then, by the end. I believe me, he's had his assistance since the first trial. As well, it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
No. Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. We'll see you around. Of course, stay safe. Chat, I am loving this. Baba one, Rosalia. That goes to the injured knights of Livonius and use Barbara's elemental skill to heal them.
Let the show begin.
This is interesting. This is new. I have never had a gameplay mechanic like this before where you're supposed to like go around and heal the AI. This is actually really cool. Now I gotta wait to cool down. Blah 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 blah.
Let's
Bop.
dance.
All right, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation us out is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front lines, so I'll escort you all by myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you, then Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time, so I think everything will be all right. No, it has to be. They got you at a bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need anything? Just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt, attacks and fighting, so I need you to take... So Jean knew even before then. Interesting. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he is our authority on the region, so we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So they see is going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Livonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Aw, please let it be okay out there. Aw. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Oh, of course, coming. I'm on the case. Hey, Noel's putting in work. Heck yeah. And Bennett. Dude, everyone's here. Dude, this is awesome. Amber. Dude, that's adorable. Here, prepare for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we've got 25 Heliotrills, 2 Blazing Axe Militrills, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. I'm screenshotting this, chat. This is a sick pose. I'm sorry. Kaboom!
Not so hard!
Oh, gosh. Well...
You had your chance.
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Final warning.
No one escapes my sights!
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Oh, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
I'll blame you.
Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, it's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you, and you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know Amber? Then it seems Eula did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. No need to worry, you two. I'm no worse to wear. That sounds like Eula, alright. She's like an impenetrable, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure! She's someone you can really count on!
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
This guy is suggesting he said the plan would work best if someone well-known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was a perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would quote-unquote disappear. So that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hirsch's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposters saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear in a night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Sheesh.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than subject 2. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we need to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince her herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have been demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due. It was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Yeah, there you go. Indeed, and I have you to thank for all that. Source, you probably don't know it, but you've been a part of the plan since the beginning. Me? I didn't even know there was a plan. And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover. Someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return from Windbloom. I knew you would return for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend a trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. And also, our, knowledge and everything with being in Fontaine for how long. The fake Hertha Subject 2 has met you on Dragonspine before. She thought even you had lost faith in me. Her confidence might get the best of her. Perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. I honestly don't. I'm actually proud of them, to be honest. And please don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Even people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. Honor Knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
Aww. In that case, thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. As you should be thinking of you, Honorary Knight. Yeah.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
I see all these optional areas first. Diona. Oh, these darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. Abetosaurus, if you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to the Cat's Tail. I'll be here to watch over things so that everyone will be safe. Thank you, Diana. We'll sure to do just that. Bennett. I am you. You are the synthetic person. You are the imposter. Sorry.
Gotta say, when I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
Weird take, but okay.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here.
Alright, cutscene isn't happening anytime soon. Sorry. If you're looking for somewhere safe, head to the Cat's Tail. Diona is sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
But I'll take her there right away.
Heck yeah. Noelle. Monsters.
Leave it all to me.
I'll catch up.
Yeah.
Coming to be.
I missed it. Steady as stone.
Spin the win.
Moment of birth. Coming to be.
As a dutiful maid would. I must leave no stone unturned.
Whee! Ha ha.
to me.
This!
I'll admit, trying to fight with these setups are really weird. Because it's like they're not really blending with each other at all. Thanks for the help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. Heck yeah. Amen, brother.
Rev the engines!
It's all my fault. I knew Clea was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second.
Oh goodness,
How am I going to
please
explain this
involved.
to Albedo?
Oh yikes.
Explain what?
Hey. Oh, you know, totally didn't lose a child with a infinite backpack of bombs.
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
This is the first I've actually am seeing you like nervous and scared. It's kind of adorable. We're providing mobile support across the region. Is there something you needed to explain? You could tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Just tell us, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Clea, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
You're fired. No, I'm kidding. I see. Please don't beat yourself up. Clea is...
Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
It's bombs. Alright, first things... Alright, fighting first, conversation later. Heck yeah.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second. Shudder! More speed. Rack and ruin!
Witness my great undertaking!
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She's not to be underestimated.
Yeah, I knew she's around.
Will be mine.
Vengeance will be mine. We won. Clea, I'll be counting on you to protect you the next time too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem, just leave it to Clea. She's adorable. Hold on. Oh, where is it? I have it somewhere. Like a little bean. It's so cute. And anyway. Alright, are you going on a patrol, Mr. Albedo? Clea heard you were camping for a few days and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
Indeed, it is not. That's right, so I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure you would be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
That's so... Dude, this is so cute. I can't. Dude, I love Clea. I want to give her cookies. I would be an honor. Clea will do her best. Dude, she is too precious for this earth. She is so adorable. I love her.
Try and stop me!
That should be for now. Good work, everyone. How do we fare injury-wise? Good. That preparations paid off. Injuries are few and fair between. I have the full record here. Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone, all right?
Amber?
Yep. Right as rain. We're back. Lee kept Miss Eula safe from the whole way. That's amazing, Clea. Leo was lucky to have you. Aw. I was like, we're still missing a few. Reporting back as a G, mission complete. Good to have you back safe and sound, and great work, everyone. This operation couldn't have happened without you all. Leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. Yes, you should. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. You can talk about it back at headquarters. Source and Paimon, you should be there too. Alright, everyone who has finished their work should head back to their quarters. And should head back to their quarters or the church to get some rest. Come with us, Klee. You can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Oh my god, yes. Sugar. Sugar and spice. Give it all. Give it to everything nice. Give it to Klee. Feel the rampage. Hi, everyone. Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Oh, well, wait. Does that mean you saw me running for my life? No apologies. Just forget I said anything. Just kidding, but you're right. It was tough out there. Almost lost my hat in the wind several times. Any notable information on Win? Of course, I was out in the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up on anxious voices and a child's anger. Darren has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about his world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer Mother's only child. Or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. Interesting. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child Mother needs. This mindset arose out of Duran's instinct to complete and survive and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Duran still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling. It's close. Uh-oh. Ooh. Miss Phony here to make your report. Busted.
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
That's so. During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. You don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? And why are you alone? Ooh, exposed. You just think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent a message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well because you're under Durgan's influence, and you have been since your trip to Dragonspite over 6 months ago. Exposed. So wait, is she under the influence, or is she actually the synth? Don't move. Let's continue discussing back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his powers. Okay, so she's just under his control. Okay, got it. Restless as a child. Alright, those are looking at the Phonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
Commons Next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Whatever. Oh yes, that's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I just remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hexen Circle for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's no older than me. But he's not older. He's not old either. He says that to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyway, the Tri-Conference is a gathering of 3 parties: the Hexen Circle, the Animal Archon, and the Joint Forces of the Knights and Church of Favonius. So wait. Members of the Hexen Circle. So wait. Are we gonna actually meet the members of the Hexen Circle in person, or we're just gonna get like brain waves of them like we have been? Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, mages would return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course, Source passed me the Dodo communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
That makes sense. Because, I mean, like, the only way we really communicate that was through, like, brain waves, no? Yeah, just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it. That face still gets me.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Oh, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka? Oh, hold up. Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka. You're probably busy right now.
Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, yes, well, I have fun with... Oh, yes, we'll have fun with that. We could talk some other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
That's hilarious.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid it beneath the Great Tree of Winter Ice. That seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is this?
Greetings, this is Alice's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You're gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
Still remember the Tri-Conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, Captain of Knights of Avonius investigation team. Request a formal meeting with the Hexen Circle.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no. But in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Kinda does.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Wait, she's actually gonna come? Wait, what? Be right where? Here, as in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Hello, Donna. As I see you've turned yourself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
That's adorable. That's really freaking cute.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. We already set out. There's something you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there. Ooh. Starry meeting.
Rev the engines!
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
Mini Durin? Huh?
Mini Durin? What are you doing here?
Actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on his shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I've kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
Anything off to the festival for a bit, even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I am here, Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragon. Whoa. That's big. I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who is revived and brought into this world.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Huh. Sorry, I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
Human transformation, so you're Albedo's intended subject. Interesting. He's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if one is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know this. I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin. Becoming human isn't as simple as just changing form. I know Albedo talked to me about that. He said the Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. My mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like, if I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid to change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon and becoming human both sound pretty meaningful to me. But don't worry, no one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Ugh. Great. I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me he's a synthetic human, and if this works, I'll be one too. We will be the only two of our kind in the world, in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. All living things are grouped together by species, and there is only one other person like me in this world. I guess that makes us family.
Definitely. You've just got to trust one another.
Heck yeah.
Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hawkeye know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this duty. He didn't try to stop me, just told me to get a move on then. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at this time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. I actually forgot about that whole thing. That was an old event that was like a while ago. Your party configuration cannot be changed during Hexen Circle's trial. Please use the water party in advance. Recommended elements, cryo and hydro. Easier said than done. Oh, that is cool as heck. That is a dope background. I love it.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
So, no unspoken rules to be aware of. I don't want to unwillingly partake myself down on some important ladies here.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. Oh. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil Durin in Dragonspine.
Oh?
And I also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexen Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First will be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Mare Javari.
Interesting. What else?
The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Ryan daughter.
The raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I spent years investigating a dragon spine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt, at least than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visited a fairy tale world called Shivalanka. It was created by mages from the Hexen Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see.
She picked up pretty quickly there. It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul M had created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart, and the monster remnants from the Mare Javari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be a trigger when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the result are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
You see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexen Circle's trial.
I said, I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Soros to come along. I'm joining this thing. You're not even going to try to talk me into it. Oh, you need convincing? I think you want to keep an eye on me. who knows what sort of outlandish thing I might attempt without someone to keep me in check. And I'm not going to agree with you.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
Because you're weak, that's why.
The Hex and Circle trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course, let's do this. Are you ready, Saurus? Just about.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Whee! You got turned into chess pieces. That's hilarious. It's certainly keeping Hex and Circle modalities. Oh, that's ominous. That is ominous. Hold on. I'm screenshotting this as well. This is scary. This is also scary. Hold on, let me just check it something real quick. Hold on. Okay, we're good.
Whoa, you're so tiny now. Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
What is it? Nothing, it's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual now. I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively, nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry, you'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test?
Makes sense.
I prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
Shadows of fate. Access denied.
Moment of birth.
I'm flying! You can't reappear.
Let me scry. Born of ice and frost.
Witness my great undertaking. Burst forth.
Let the mountains face.
Moment of birth.
Take your truth. No touching.
Burst forth.
The agenda.
Feel this ancient power.
My will embodied. Bring it. Born of ice and frost. Come on. Focus.
Ow.
Feel this ancient power.
Alright, I'm getting a little damaged here.
Present a united front.
Woo, yikes.
birth.
Delve into death.
Let's have a ball. It'll be fun. Witness my great undertaking.
Alrighty. Nope.
Ugh, it had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me. Well done, but this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
You okay? That's so good.
The trial awaits.
Chad, I'm starting to think I shouldn't have went this team. I should have stuck with Nouvelette's team. Oh. Hi. What's up, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Only by turning the world on its head can you see its true colors. So, it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to run. So, in the spirit of Rheinbutter, I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbalot Trismegistus, to you.
It is time to slay our foes!
Albedo.
This calls for some pomp and ceremony.
Lord,
I was
I've
forgetting
lost
your
my
lines.
Where were we?
Shadows of fate. Born of ice and frost.
My power is immense!
Just don't get stuck in the ancient power.
Transfigurate. Let me scroll. Written in the stars.
Coming to be.
Access denied. This is long.
Moments of birth.
Let us dance, my
King's close to dead.
Try to remember the steps this time.
Oops! I thought I had it memorized.
Witness my great undertaking. And now, a towering return to form! Bring it!
Shadows of fate. Born of ice and frost.
Moments of birth.
Fate is upon
Live!
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Oh no! Sorry, my dear.
Witness my great undertaking. Blundering oath.
There we go. Oh, that was kind of close. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, very well done.
We did it.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest.
Alright, she's evil.
Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie? You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But
Makes
if
sense.
I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual.
So gotta always make sure you're on your health.
Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
Yeah, I would prefer that. I want to be turned normal, please. Thank you.
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Thank you. I'm pretty good to beat trial. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free. We'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the Dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed, the sooner we deal with Durin, the better.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice.
Oh, you'll be fine, Paimon. Hey, Rod. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Yep. Leave it to me to stay on guard.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creations. But biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So to say we are akin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much a matter of perspective, rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans in that I'm the only one of my kind, but soon there will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you of his intent to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and future, in a sense to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, many personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life, which the world cannot generate indulgently, is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say that this is just a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Favonius. Does that answer your question satisfactory? Well enough, thank you. And it's gone. Finished. Ooh.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole heart will be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
That's we'll keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go. It's called a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure. We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourselves.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on the day of. As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to some who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they are a great support to us all. Let's give a round of applause for this year's Windbloom Star, Venti the Boss. What did he do? Huh?
Wow! Amazing!
Venti!
He didn't do it. He didn't do much. I don't know what you're gonna pick. Yeah, I'm the same bull. Like, what did you do? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright, does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the time? I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech in the crowd. Oh, that's a bad idea. In that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Oh no. Everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away, gather around and lend your ears. I am not going to be voicing this chat, so I'll mute my mic. If it's not voice, just enjoy the song.
Albedo, how did everything go?
Paimon. Give me a second to recuperate from that. Holy cow, dude. That was rad. Dude, even though half of, like, Genshin's voices are on strike, I still love that. This is why I love this game, dude. This is why I always am going to come to it. This is why I'm going to keep spending my money on this game. Don't pay any attention to that. Oh my word, I'm in love. Very sweetly, I'd say we'd achieve our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Also, that, like, version of, like, a human version, dude, that is sick. If he is not a playable character, I am going to be mad. Correct, however, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. He is 1,000% going to be a playable character. If he is not, dude, I'm rioting. I greatly accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
My master and mother, Gold Rhine-daughter. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance to find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time, I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. That's funny. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is a space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed thus far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. Like my mother, anyway. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around a family store, others around a farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds and how I'm a gardener too. As long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. Master never showed her face, but if the Hexen Circle knows what I've done, that means she knows as well and gave her approval. Since devouring Nereus, I would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. And if so, then I am truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know.
Devouring Nefarious? What's Nefarious?
It's the name of the ruler of life. Huh?
What?
Aunt Alice told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is this. Nefarious is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Nefarious are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
Thank you, I'll get going. Dude.
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be?
Want to take a guess?
Venti, you're back.
No, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom, now could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? I like it. The true feeling of the prodigal son. A sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze. Perfect for the season. Soros, give me your hand. The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. The Hexen Circle wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow, a gift and a mystery all in one. The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you are probably the only person who could make use of something like this, so I suppose it belongs with you. Alright, thanks. Well, all I did was deliver it, although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal. I suppose reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question. Yeah, okay, we'll buy you a few drinks, dude. Relax.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Yeah. Really, I hold you to that, you know. Now going back on your word.
Of course, Dad. Let's go to the tavern right now.
Heck yeah. Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival was made for me or something. Facepalm. When no love remains for the song to tell, the whole world becomes naught but an empty shell. I'm screenshotting this as well. It's a beautiful scenery. Cruel has said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Through shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus, wistfulness wanted to faded into night as he stepped from their darkness and into the light. And I screenshot this. And that's it. That's it, chat. Oh, man. Wow. Quest completed. The Gardener. Yeah. That's it, chat. That's all she wrote. Now we wait for the next massive update for more crazy lore drops.